Okay guys, so in the last video about the Infinix Note 6, I asked if you guys would like to see a comparison with the Galaxy A50, and I got a reply from some of you, which you guys said yes, you would like to see. So that's what this video is all about today, okay? The Galaxy A50 versus the Infinix Note 6. So folks, one of the first things you're going to notice when you pick up these devices for the first time is the similarity in the design. Now both of them have these curved edges at the back that curves to meet the screen somewhere, and then also what you will notice is that the Infinix Note 6 still has a fingerprint sensor at the back, while the Galaxy A50 does not have anything at the back like a fingerprint sensor. It's now on the screen, which we are going to look at in details later on. And also you notice the camera positions are the same. Both of them have triple camera setup, but the flashlight on the Galaxy A50 is under the three cameras, while the one on the Infinix Note 6 is by the side. Both of them still have the 3.5mm headphone jack present. Both devices have speakers there, not stereo speakers, but from my test, the one on the Samsung Galaxy A50 sounds better. Both of them have fast charging, but I'll bet you that the fast charging on the Galaxy A50 will be better than that on the Infinix Note 6. Why? Because the Galaxy A50 comes with a USB-C, which has been known to perform faster charging, faster data transfer and stuff like that, while the Infinix Note 6 comes with a regular USB 2.0. One thing here though that the Infinix Note 6 has as a weapon that the Galaxy A50 does not have is the X Pen. With the Infinix Note 6, you can write on your screen, you can take notes, you can do all those fine things. Whereas on the Galaxy A50, you just gotta type, you can write. The two colors I have here, they are both blacks. Now the Infinix Note 6 is a matte black color, while the one on the Galaxy A50 is a glossy black that has this kind of like rainbow thing going on when light bounces on it. You know, it gives this kind of color effect, gives it that kind of like 2019 vibes, you know. But personally, I prefer the color options of the Infinix Note 6 because it gives you, I love matte black, black is black. I don't understand why the Galaxy A50, they call this one black, but it doesn't look like black to me. It just has this kind of artificial thing going on. But I prefer the blacks on the Infinix Note 6 because black is black and black don't crack. So the Infinix Note 6 received a major update this year, moving from LCD to AMOLED. Now the Samsung devices have always been AMOLED displays. Samsung have hardly used LCDs on the Galaxy A series. It has always been AMOLED screens. So it is the Infinix devices that have finally been able to catch up with that trend. Now, if you ask me which of them I prefer in terms of the display, I have tried to look at them in both low light and in where there is plenty of light. I really can't see that much of a difference between them, though if you ask me, I would really prefer a little bit of the saturations of the colors of the Galaxy A50, but it's negligible. It's not something you really if you look at it, you won't really notice it. I just notice it because I choose to just pay special attention to it. Now the size of the display on the Galaxy A50 is 6.4 inches, while the size of the display on the Infinix Note 6 is 6.01 inches. Both devices are rocking this kind of like all-screen design, but what you're going to notice is that the Galaxy A50 has a little bit slimmer bezels than the Infinix Note 6 because it has an 84% screen-to-body ratio, while the Infinix Note 6 has an 81% screen-to-body ratio. One of the major differences you will notice here in these displays is that the Infinix Note 6 does not have a notch, which is kind of surprising because every device that Infinix have released recently have always come with a notch, while the Galaxy A50 comes with a teardrop notch, which is also surprising. This is like the first time that we're seeing Samsung devices coming with a notch. Okay, not really the first time. We had the Galaxy M30, which sold in India, had a teardrop notch. This is surprising because Samsung is one company that has not embraced the notch. For some reason, folks, we have it on the Galaxy A50. You live with it. The Infinix Note 6 still runs on the Infinix XOS UI, which has not had any major update recently. It still lacks features like dark mode and every other thing, but the Galaxy A50 on the other hand runs on the Samsung One UI, the same user interface that runs on the Galaxy S series, S10, S10 Plus and all that, and almost every major Samsung device that has been released in recent times. And it comes with features like dark mode and all those other fine stuff that makes your device run smoothly. So I tried out the on-screen fingerprint on the Galaxy A50 versus the regular hard fingerprint on the Infinix Note 6. Now, folks, you guys know that there was no way the Galaxy A50 was going to win this round. So at this point that we are now, there's no device that will come with an on-screen fingerprint that will be able to compete with a regular fingerprint. We just have to wait till the next generation before we'll see how good they are. But for now, they're probably going to take about a second to unlock no matter the device. Even on my Galaxy S10, I still notice a little delay on it before it unlocks. So That's just what it is. The Galaxy A50 runs on the 10nm Exynos 9610 chipset, which Samsung told us that is going to be as fast as last year's Snapdragon 845 chipset that ran on almost every major flagship device. The Infinix Note 6, on the other hand, is running on a 12nm Helio P35 processor. Both of these devices have good specs on paper, but I think the Galaxy A50 would actually do better in terms of processing power, owing to the Exynos chipset that it has. Now, it is a known fact that the Exynos chipsets perform better than MediaTek chipsets. In terms of the memory, on the Galaxy A50, you will get a 128GB version that has 6GB of RAM or 4GB of RAM, or you can get a 64GB version that has 4GB of RAM. Meanwhile, the Infinix Note 6 just comes with 64GB inbuilt memory and 4GB of RAM. Both devices have a dedicated SD card slot that can take up to 1TB external memory. Both of them take dual nano SIM cards. One major update that both of these devices received is in the camera department. Now both of them are now rocking triple camera setups. Those three cameras at the back include a wide angle lens, an ultra wide angle lens, and a depth sensor. That's the one for portrait shots. Then for their selfie cameras, the Infinix Note 6 has a 16MP wide angle lens, a single wide angle lens in front, while the Galaxy A50 has a 24MP wide angle lens in front equally. So you guys know how I do when I test cameras. I go all out with them. So I took videos, I took photos, both selfies and stuff like that. And what you will notice here is this: the Infinix Note 6 is always, camera pictures are always washed out and stuff like that, while on the Galaxy A50 they are not washed out, but they are saturated. Sometimes they become a little bit extra saturated. Now both of these devices have different feels and looks when it comes to pictures and videos. Which one you prefer actually depends on who you are, so I'm not really gonna say this is what I prefer, this is what I don't prefer for you. I'm gonna leave you guys to make that decision yourself. So here are some of my observations. When I tried to make videos with both of these cameras, what I noticed is that the Galaxy A50, though doesn't have optical image stabilization, the images are steady, like the video is steady a little bit, while the Infinix Note 6 is just all over the place. The footages are so shaky and all that stuff. Another major observation is that when it comes to wide angle shots or ultra wide angle, the Galaxy A50 is boss, man. Like, it goes all out when it's taking wide angle shots against what the Infinix Note 6 calls a wide angle shot. It doesn't even go that wide enough, not talk more of ultra wide. But which one is the best overall? I would like to know from you guys down in the comments. So if you were given the option to choose between the Galaxy A50 and the Infinix Note 6, after watching this video, which one will you choose? Let me know down in the comments, alright? As always, my name is Kingsley. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, alright? Until next time, I'll see you again in the next one.